When did I start working? I was 13. I got a job. I wanted something with an income. So my father had a very good friend, Jerry Golden, who was head of the sewer department for our town. And so, now this is back before they had child labor laws, okay? And so my father asked Jerry Golden if he could employ me, and I was only 13 years old. And so Jerry took me on working for the sewer department. And they'd put a rope on me and lower me down the manhole so I could clean out all that crap in the manhole. I mean, today they couldn't do that, no.
How old were you then?
I was about 13.
That was all 13.
14, something like that.
Were you scared of going down?
Well, it was just a job.
Yeah.
But then the nice thing about it is the sewer department took care of the sewer plant. And this is where all the effluent would come down, and they make fertilizer out of all this human waste. And then they sell the fertilizer to the people in town. Made tremendous, great tomatoes. I can remember everything would dissolve except tomato seeds. And then you'd put a little water in this fertilizer and you get tomatoes big as melons. They were great.
Yeah.
And I worked for them for about 3, 4, 5 years. During my final year in high school, I went to work for the International Paper Company. And I can remember when I graduated, when I went into college, that I asked Charles King, he was head force engineer, and I asked him for a job, and so through Jerry Pezze, who was with the International Paper Company, and so Charlie King gave me a job. Well, it was mostly grunt labor. We would thin plantations of trees, we would mark boundary lines, we would just do general forestry work, and, you know, clean out forests, fight fire. We do all of those things for them. But with the International Paper Company, it was timber cruising, which was involved in a lot of walking. Some days we walked 20 miles a day. I look at it and, you know, I think that's why I've lived to be 90 years old, is I had those experiences where I had to excel myself, or had to push myself beyond the endurances. But it was just general work. I can remember, right now I'm just fighting cancer now. I'm just eating up with cancer. And one summer we worked with a thing called lignosand. It was a wood preservative. And I can remember we'd mix it with kerosene, and we'd dip logs. We were making poles for cabins, long cabins. We were making poles for long cabins, and we'd dip those into that, and I'd be covered with this preservative.
Yeah.
And I'm just eaten up with cancer. I have 4 types of cancer. And I attribute it, and I did check, and it was called lignosand, Lignasan, and that was It is carcinogenic.